So whenever you're asked to find the equation of a line, and I put a few notes up here ahead of time, you're asked to find the equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. And in this case, they said this line happens to go through the point 2, 4 and is perpendicular to this other line. Remember, before you even start, over here write m equals and b equals, because your ultimate job is to find slope and y-intercept. How you do it, like every problem is different, and some are super hard and some are easy, but ultimately you have to find m and b, which you would plug in and you'd be done with the problem. So in this case, here's some info. It goes through the point 2, 4, and it's perpendicular. Our line is perpendicular to this line. This is not our line at all, but it's perpendicular to our line. And why would they even say that? Like, why is that even cool? Well, that's a hint as to our slope, because remember, two lines that are perpendicular cross at exactly a 90, which even that doesn't really help you. I happen to know that if two lines are perpendicular, their slopes are negative reciprocals of one another, right? The two slopes are negative reciprocals. So if this guy is negative 1 over 3, my slope is flip it and change the sign to now a positive. I looked at this slope, negative 1/3, I flipped it and changed the sign, and I got 3 over 1. Done. So I'm actually halfway done with this problem. So now I have y equals 3x plus b. All I did was plug this into my m here. Okay, so I'm done, kinda. I mean, now I need my b, which is gonna be a whole set of issues, but that's good, I'm halfway. Now, if only I knew an x and a y, if I had an x and a y, couldn't I just solve for b, because I'd have one variable? Okay, there's my x and my y. They told me it goes through this x, y, this point. So let's just plug these suckers in. 4 goes in for y. 4 equals 3 times x is 2, right, plus b. And now it looks to me like this is like 4 equals 6 plus b minus 6 minus 6. Negative 2 equals b. Remember, if I find these two guys, I know my whole life has been fixed and I am done with this problem. If I have my m and my b, I'm finished. And I would just come over here and say y equals m, 3, x plus b, which is negative 2. That is the equation of that line. So this one happened to be that we had the equation of a line perpendicular to another guy. Whenever you hear equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, you need m and b, and you have to be witty about getting it. In this case, our little witty scenario was that we took the negative reciprocal of the slope, borrowed that, and plugged it back in, and we were good. So that's it. That's how you find the equation of a line perpendicular to another guy. And remember, if you're struggling in Algebra 2 at your local high school, you can take this online at Silicon Valley High School, pass it there, and the credits will be transferred back to your school.